Quarter zip Nike Tech meme is literally just textbook classism, and I was gonna let y'all have y'all fun with this shit until I heard somebody say that the CIA is upset with the black community for wearing quarter zips. You think the CIA, the people who have resorted to putting drugs into our communities, undermining our leaders, and getting fathers out of the household, really give a fuck that you're conforming to white standards of professionalism?
Thank you. Summed it up.
I don't want this video to be misconstrued. If you like quarter zips and you like dressing up a certain way, dress that way.
Yeah.
But you can have it both ways, man. You can dress up professional and you can dress up in streetwear. Like, it doesn't have to be like, I'm a quarter zip type of guy. Like, this is strictly what I wear. I'm a Nike Tech type of guy. Like, it's fucking stupid. And the people I've seen have issues with it can't exactly voice why they have an issue with it. So they come out looking like the fucking screaming lion versus the monkey. It's over. I've already made myself the Chad quarter zip wearer type shit.
My quarter zip cool. Alright. What's up, good people? Welcome back. Hope y'all out there getting paid. PAYD, perpetually achieving your dreams, also becoming a passionate, ambitious young dreamer. We got to talk about respectability, politics, and quarter zips. So we're going to look at this video from Antonio Speaks titled Quarter Zips and Respectability Politics. I love my quarter zips. I love them.
That men are finally waking up. They ditching the ghetto, trashy streetwear and are finally assimilating with society. I ain't gonna cap. These brothers clean. They clean as hell. They fresh. Got the matcha in their hand, alright?
We don't do Nike Tech. We don't do coffee. There's straight quarter zips and matchas around here. He was talking about putting on a Nike Tech to come outside. I told him, what are you doing? You upgraded in life. You wear glasses now. You wear quarter zips now. You don't do Nike Tech. You don't do those. Talk to him.
Yo.
Talk to us.
Yesterday I was in the hood. Today I'm wearing this sweater. I'm in Blink Street, gang. Change your life.
But my thing is, I mean, this is funny, but my thing is, bro, why does a quarter zip and all of this dressing nice, why does it have to be associated with upgrading your life? Why can't you be a guy with, you know, a great life, but you want to wear Nike Tech sometimes, or you want to wear awful lot of cough syrup sometimes? I don't understand. Why does it have to be, you know, associated with leveling up, becoming more white? Why? I don't get it.
Life, gang. Put the tech down.
Tech down. Quarter zips up. You heard? Quarter zips and stop.
Zips up. So I like and dislike this trend. I love seeing young black men getting out of their comfort zone and trying new outfit styles. As you go through this trend, you just see how, you know, as black men, we be killing the fashion game. Anything we put on, we gonna look spiffy in it. Now, what I dislike, and hear me out, okay? Hear me out. It's low-key anti-black. Just even the fact that these quarter zips, which is associated with the white culture in a way, it's already put on a higher pedestal than streetwear, which is associated with black people. We see this time and time again, but everything that black people do is always deemed ghetto until, you know, white people do it. So with this trend, they're like denouncing Nike Techs, which, by the way, costs more than these quarter zips. It's put down as, you know, for ghetto people and less than people, while the quarter zips are higher up, which is an example of how, you know, society already does black people. Anything that is associated with black culture is negative, and get rid of it. Don't do it. It's the same reason why in the corporate world you can't have dreads or you can't wear your hair in certain ways. It have to be low cut, and it's like, why is that? Whose standard is that by? We know whose standard it is. And I love using this picture right here as an example of what America wants. With the Native Americans, you see on the left how they were originally through assimilation. This is how they want you to be. Anything.
That was the original assimilation right there, bro. Taking these Native Americans and making them look more white, bro.
Thing that is a part of your culture, abandon it and just consume ours, you know? And then also, it's like, you can dress up in both ways, but for different occasions. If I'm going to the store to get groceries, my nigga, I'm not putting on no fucking suit. I'm gonna wear a hoodie. I'm gonna wear some sweatpants, some slides. I'm going to be comfortable. Now, if I'm going to a wedding or like a business meeting, of course, I'm going to wear a suit. I'm going to be more professional. This just reminds me of a trend that was going around on TikTok. It's always anti-black trends going around. Oh, I'm not Hellcat black. I'm this type of black. And it's like, what the f does that mean? And
bro, and these people, man, they don't even understand that what they're doing is alienating themselves from their true core American blackness, or just blackness in general. And they're trying to, either whether they know it or not, trying to assimilate into white culture, which they can never do because it's not even about culture. It's about your skin, bro. That's why a person who has means, right, they would help a poor white person before they helped, you know, someone of color that is doing something for themselves and they just need, let's say, like a couple thousand to go to school or something, they'll help a meth head, you know, before they help somebody of color trying to go to school and better themselves, right? That's why with this whole opioid crisis going on, they put plastered all over the news and they call it a crisis and everything. But back in the day when black people were going through their struggles, it was the crack epidemic. These are super predators. It's wild, man.
Like, if you are that type of person who wears suits on regular day basis, then fine. Because I know people like that, and that's them. Also, you have people like me who would prefer more streetwear type of clothes. It doesn't change the person that I am. I still operate the same way. I'm very respectable. I'm very well-mannered. I'm going to still get the job done. But to hold this person to a higher standard because he dresses more, you know, professional than me is crazy, because guess what? I'm still gonna get the work done probably even better than him. So these are the two dudes from the other video. But as y'all can see, I know this is just a joke, but they're like looking down on the dude with the Nike tech. They are dressed business casual and, you know, they feel better. Similar to how a lot of white people look down on black culture and think that black culture is bad. Do y'all kind of get where I'm going, all right?
Negro, please. Didn't somebody tell you this was an all-white party? Huh?
Yeah.
Someone get this boo away.
What were you walking?
Tech hoodlum.
What did you... Wait a minute. I'm white.
Facts. It's not even what you're wearing, right? It's all about the mindset. You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but that's what people do all the time. That's why people care about your appearance, especially in corporate America. So whenever people hire you, they want you to look the part, mainly because now they can trust you to never go against the mindset, right? So yeah, you could be qualified and competent, but you don't look the part, which then symbolizes, oh, you might be a little, if anything goes wrong, you might go against the mindset, right? You won't be here to uphold what we have going on here, the mindset, whether it's they're, you know, overworking you or they're not treating you fairly, they're you know, not paying you the right amount of money. A person who doesn't uphold the mindset is more likely to complain and give them problems. That's what it is, bro.
At first, I thought I was tripping, but a lot of people do feel the same way as me. You know, maybe we just, I don't know.
The quarter zip Nike tech meme is literally just textbook classism, and I was gonna let y'all have y'all fun with this shit until I heard somebody say that the CIA is upset with the black community for wearing quarter zips. You think the CIA, the people who have resorted to putting drugs into our communities, undermining our leaders, and getting fathers out of the household, really give a fuck that you're conforming to white standards of professionalism? No.
Thank you. Summed it up.
I don't want this video to be misconstrued. If you like quarter zips and you like dressing up a certain way, dress that way.
Yeah.
But you can have it both ways, man. You can dress up professional and you can dress up in streetwear. Like, it doesn't have to be like I'm a quarter zip type of guy. Like, this is strictly what I wear. I'm a Nike tech type of guy. Like, it's fucking stupid. And the people I've seen have issues with it can't exactly voice why they have an issue with it. So they come out looking like the fucking screaming lion versus the monkey. It's over. I've already made myself the Chad quarter zip wearer type shit. The reason why you are angry is because it's classism. It's somebody being classist towards you, but doing it under the guise of a joke.
Yeah. The quarter zip trend is a recession indicator, and a stone cold post 2000s great recession indicator at that. The idea that history doesn't repeat itself, but it most definitely rhymes, has never been more evident as it is today. If we look back at the '08 recession, it's crazy how much of the signs of it coming are reflected in what we are seeing now almost 20 years later. We can start with the quarter zips, which is not a bad trend by any means, but it reminds me of when everybody was going to parties and clubs wearing business casual in the early 2000s. A lot of people argue that that trend started based on the club discrimination that we often still see today. Like, if a club doesn't want black people, they usually can't just say that. But they can ban what they think black people like to wear. Thus the business casual in the club. And that marked the time period of the Great Recession, like what a lot of people like to call recession pop did. Recession pop was the music that was coming out around that time. Think LMFAO, Flo Rida, early Kesha, early Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj's whole first album, and even early Soulja Boy. But the idea that the demand for escapist, high-energy party songs with a fun or outright positive vibe would go up at a time when your average American would value an escape from a day-to-day life being heavily influenced by the economic downturn that caused the foreclosure, divorce, and unemployment rates to spike at that time. That's where they get the idea or the concept of recession pop from. And I'd argue, based on a few factors, that a lot of Americans, though for different reasons, feel like that today. And if you still don't believe we're seeing the signs of what's to come in these recession indicators, you're sitting here like, what does any of this prove? Know that Subway brought back the $5 footlong. Not without inflation, but they brought it back. Mind you, I was a 7th grader when they came out with that the first time, back in 08. My mom worked and would get home after me. Needless to say, there was more than a few $5 footlong nights during the week, and it made sense. Subway still wanted revenue while Americans had less money to spend.
Exactly.
Americans had less money to spend due to the recession. What was the point of this video again?
So although this quarter zip trend, this dude right here is very handsome, by the way. It's a very handsome individual. It's funny.
I believe it is coming back in this classism thing, man. Yeah. That's why people are angry, right? Because in a recession where people have less to spend, that nobody has money to spend, but you can still afford something that's in the higher class. Hey, that's something to brag about to some people. So I get it. I get it.
And also, I love to see young black men dressing out of their comfort zone. I'm not gonna lie, it's anti-black, but hear me out first. Throughout history, anything that black people have done, it's always connected to negativity or it's bad. And this does apply to the way we dress, you know, streetwear, Jordans, etc. My thing is with this trend, it's like you're putting on, you know, a quarter zip, which is probably more corporate. And then you denounce, you know, a Nike Tech, which is associated with black people. And it's so stupid because you can literally just wear both for different occasions. And what makes the quarter zip so much better? It's similar to how people love to praise the mob and the mafia when they used to commit some of the most heinous crimes. But hey, they used to dress nice. They wore suits. They was still doing crimes. And I see people making statements like the CIA mad about this. No, this is what the CIA would want.
I just saw a white man comment, the quarter zip movement is doing more for the black community than the Black Lives Matter movement ever could. And I would just like to take this time to remind y'all that respectability politics will never save the black community. Let's just remind y'all that they were still lynching black people with a full suit and tie on. It does not matter if you have on Nike Techs or a quarter zip. If they,
like I said before, man, it's all because of the appearance and what that appearance symbolizes in your mindset, bro.
They view you as a ghetto black man, that's how they're going to view you either way. It does not matter if you're wearing Lululemon or a full business casual suit. If they view you as a ghetto black person, if they have that stereotype of black people in their minds, that's what they're going to view you as either way. And trying to be deemed as more respectable or more likable or more polished will not change their view of you or other black people.
Man, fuck them people. Like, I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling black people this. Now, if you want to dress up in a suit, then do that. But if you're doing these things, cutting your hair to appeal to them, to make them feel more safer, what's wrong with you, gang?
Bro, because it'll never happen. You literally have to have white skin to be really accepted by them. That's it. Dog, but just do what you want to do for yourself, bro. And you don't have to put other people down. Because like I said before, you're alienating yourself from the people who actually know you and can respect you. All because of what? You feel as if whiteness is closer to success? Come on.
Nothing that you do is going to make you, you feel me? Be you. Be you. If you are a person that dresses up that way, then that's perfectly fine. But don't change who you are to, get this, to... Y'all get what I'm saying, bro.
Like, I'm all for black people trying out different styles and aesthetics, but to act like those other styles are ghetto or low class and a quarter zip is just so high class and it just makes you so much better, it's just crazy to me.
Those are my thoughts on the whole situation, man. I want to start a discourse in the comments. Of course, black people aren't a monolith. Some black people feel the way I feel. Others feel differently, and that's perfectly fine. We can all come together, have an understanding of different, everybody's output, and just come to a resolution. Also, I know y'all like, hey, this hoodie fire as hell. This hoodie was made by my little brother, man. My little brother dedicated to racks. He got a few more of these hoodies left. His page on the screen, bro. Go check him out. Go cop you one. Hoodie fire as hell, man.
Yeah, that's fire, bro. But listen, you trying to assimilate with the higher class in this society is a exercise in futility because it's never going to happen, to be redundant. But it's never going to happen. Dog, just go out there and get paid. PAYD, perpetually achieving your dreams, bro. You don't have to assimilate. Be you, bro. Especially if you think especially if you think wearing anything, speaking a certain way, wearing things is gonna look like more of a success in this society. You must have not heard Kanye. Even when you in a Benz, you still a nigga in a coupe. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.